Well, 2017 has come to an end, including Christmas too. And I can't wait to see what 2018 is up to by tomorrow on New Year's Day. And I hope you all have a really good Christmas, just like me. So you might be wondering what other gifts I have aside I show you I got Nintendo Switch. Well, I got the Night Before Christmas coffee mug, including with the Santa Claus plushie, a new virtual headset, but I didn't get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. Fine by me. But since this is the last day of 2017, I decided to do my very last review on 2017, and that is Sony Pictures Animation, The Star. Now, when I first heard about this movie, I was like, oh, okay, this could be the greatest thing I want to watch. That shows the story how Jesus was born and to show how Christmas was supposed to be. But later I find out it's going to be made by Sony Pictures Animation. Now, I don't hate Sony Pictures Animation. I really don't. But it's a mixed bag for me. Because there are some few decent movies I like when they made them, but most of them are really, really bad. But with this movie, is it really bad? Or did this movie actually let us worship the Lord even more? Well, let's find out. Now, when you think of the story about Joseph and Mary are journeying to the south to make sure they deliver the God's newest son, who's going to be the newborn king, you think it might be interesting, right? Nope. Instead of focusing on Joseph and Mary's journey, trying to raise the son of the God, instead they just focusing on these animals trying to protect Joseph and Mary from the original king who wants to kill the baby. Sounds interesting, right? Well, here's the thing. They still managed to keep the idea about Joseph and Mary's relationship and their birth of their newborn son. But unfortunately, that barely happened throughout this whole movie. Mainly focused on this donkey named Bo and his girlfriend, who are on their journey trying to protect Mary and Joseph so they can reach to their destination so they can deliver their new child. I mean, God's child. And throughout the movie, it's just basically just slapstick and comedy, which just doesn't make it enjoyable to sit through. And another problem with the story is that sometimes the scenes get really, really slow and dull. And the worst thing about it is that there are some scenes that have nothing related to the main story. It's just like a stretch out longer, like the Three Wise Men's Camels. But I'll get to them later. As for the rest of the film, it just dries out, and it makes it not even engaging to watch. Not mostly. There are some few things I did enjoy. Some of the parts did actually make me smile, and there are some things that actually still stay positive, like it wasn't the original true story of how Jesus was born. Like the relationship between Joseph and Mary, their journey, the three wise men, and everything else that's related to the story. But the rest of the movie is just basically animals talking, and they try to do their best to accomplish what they're trying to do. Like Bo wants to become the royal transportation or whatever with the kings or something like that, and all that stuff. It just makes it feel like we don't want to root for the characters. Instead, we want to root for Joseph and Mary. But enough of the story. Now it's on to the animation. Now, I will admit, the animation does look beautiful. I love the settings of the film. I love the design of the humans mostly, because they actually do look really good. Just like how they did the human designs for the humans in the Emoji Movie. But this one, The Star, the way I designed the humans are actually really, really good. And I also like the design of the animals. Like I said, I also like the design of the setting, some of the landscapes. I like the setting. I especially love seeing what Jesus looked like when he was a baby in animation. It looks really, really good. And at least the character animation doesn't make them all over the top ridiculous like they try to make cartoony. No, when they're doing a movie based on about Jesus' life, birth, they had to do it in a serious tone. It makes it more simple and makes it more engaging to watch. And I have no problem with this animation. It's still beautiful to look at. And now, lastly, we have the characters. Like I said, guys, these characters are not funny, and they're basically all kind of pointless. Not mostly pointless, but 20% pointless. First off, there's Bo the donkey. On paper, he just wanted to have his own goals as to join some type of grand royals, something, I don't know. But later in the movie, he does realize he doesn't want to be like that. Instead, he's just trying to follow the star, trying to see what he can actually do with his life by trying with God's help or something. Well, I don't know. And then there's the Bo's friend, the bird. Oh, keep in mind, guys, I don't know any other character's name. Just want you to know that. But anyway, the bird is supposed to be the comic relief, which honestly doesn't seem that really funny in the slightest. Also, he also twerks during the time when the movie takes place in. No, just no. Why you have to have a twerking bird in a story about Jesus' birth? Hello? As for the rest of the characters, they're kind of pointless as well. First off, we have the sheep who also joins along their journey. She's supposed to be another comic relief where she's super hyper and stuff like Mabel. But at least in unlike Mabel, she's like kind of like a comic relief. Not only she doesn't try and be funny, she actually gets serious and she actually has some good character. But with the sheep in this movie, we barely even know her. We barely have things to like about her. And then there's the 3 wise men's camels. They're just pointless as well. All they're trying to do is to make kids laugh. That's it. They barely have anything trying to do with help Bo's adventure or stuff, something like that. No, they're just trying to spy on what the king's up to and remind us what he's trying to do. Oh yeah, not even the king who wants Jesus to be dead is not the main villain in this movie. The only villain in this movie is the guy who's trying to help the king murder the baby and Mary and these 2 dogs. Yep, that's what they got. That's the villains they got with this movie. Not even the dogs are not even that interesting either. They have their obvious personality is one who is smart and brave enough, and like Scar, and the second one is just supposed to be a comic relief trying to say something silly, like the hyenas from the Lion King. But there's only 2 characters that I actually think are really good in this movie, and that is Joseph and Mary. These 2 characters are the only one who actually have the main focus of this story, about the birth of Jesus. Jesus. Joseph is supposed to be like the straight man because trying to make his wife happy and trying to let her be safe and trying to have her calm down for the babies to get ready to go out. And as Mary, she's a fine and sort of woman who respects Jesus and tries to make Joseph not be upset, trying to be happy, let them be happy for having their own, to raise the son of God. That's the reason why I like these 2 characters, because they actually are the main purpose of this story. But unlike the other characters, like I said, they're just there for laughs. And so after all that, what do I think about this movie? It was... it's like mediocre. I'm not saying this movie is a bad movie. When I saw the critics give reviews on it, they say it was really good. In my opinion, it was mediocre. Just There are some few parts I like, small things I like, but the rest of the movie is just dull, unfunny, and has barely anything to do with the main idea of what this movie is supposed to be. I really do wish this movie could have been about Joseph and Mary's journey, but they just had to do it with more animal slapstick. But all you had to have talking animals to involve with this story, and just do some slapstick and make some funny liners to make the kids laugh. It's like they are afraid to make their own very first movie for teens and adults to like when they worship God and stuff. So they decided to do it for kids so that they think that they can like the story as well. Well, sorry Sony, but at least you did try, but you still didn't get it right. Right. But yeah, this movie was mediocre, like I said. It's not terrible, not good. It's just mediocre. And I will give this. It is better than the Emoji Movie, I'll say it this. So I'm giving this movie a 5 out of 10, which means it earns the Mushroom Medal. If you're a Christian person like me and you do worship the Lord, then I guess this movie is for you. In fact, this movie also should have been for VeggieTales fans, since they are, because some VeggieTales, they tell us stuff about the Lord. So maybe we people who are fan of VeggieTales and Christian who worship the Lord, we should like this movie as well. So tell me what you guys think about The Star. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys on 2018. Happy New Year to all of you people.